My name is Maddie, I'm 18 and I'm at Colton Village sixth form.
I'm Poppy, I'm 17. I go to college at Nottingham College, just like you, but I'm in a different building.
I'm Ace. I go to High Pavement to do A-levels. I'm 17 as well. So I was affected by lockdown because it ruined everything in my life.
Hi, I'm Shannon. I'm 16 and I'm a student journalist.
Hi, I'm Nicole and I'm 17 and I'm a journalism student.
The first question I've got for you today is, how did you eat before lockdown?
I normally, I was eating 3 meals a day. I ate a lot of snacks, healthily eating, and I was about 9 stone-ish.
I ate anything and everything I could possibly find in a cupboard. Honestly, I was just so happy about eating. It never really popped into my mind whether I should or shouldn't eat either time. I was just kind of happy with what I was doing, never really concerned about anything.
So I was pretty unhealthy. A lot of the time I would snack, have a lot of chocolate and crisps. It wasn't really a healthy diet, I'll be honest.
My family are very, very traditional. So we had set dinner times and we'd all eat together on, the dining table. So we'd wake up, have breakfast, we'd have lunch, and then we'd have dinner at around 5 o'clock. So it was all very, very structured. And we didn't really have snacks because of how we set the meal times. Very, very strict in terms of eating. And that was for everyone, so.
Well, I think relatively well. I was still young, so kind of just a daily average meal, really.
Did lockdown affect your eating habits?
Yeah, I basically completely stopped eating in lockdown. Most days I wouldn't eat much, or it'd be 1 meal or nothing at all.
It did once I got COVID, because I lost my appetite and I'd stop eating. I'd stopped eating because I just felt nauseous all the time. It was like that for a couple of months, I will admit. But then after a doctor's appointment, I started realising I need to eat a bit more and a bit more healthier.
Definitely. I definitely, at the beginning, stopped eating as much as someone should eat. Because I feel like being at home all day, you don't want to eat as much because you're not going anywhere, you're not doing anything, you're not burning away your food. So I didn't eat as much, but then at the end of lockdown, I actually became a vegetarian. So I changed my eating habit that way.
Yes, it really did. So I think it was to do with my sleeping habits as well, because I went to bed at 7 o'clock in the morning, woke up at, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, evening, and then I'd eat, maybe a small portion of dinner at one time and then just not eat because I wouldn't be up for very long. So I'd only have barely 1 meal a day, and that would be maybe just a small bowl of cereal or a chocolate bar or a piece of fruit. It wouldn't be a full course meal.
Yeah, it did, yeah, because so we'd have to get up and do online learning, and my mum didn't have a job over lockdown, so because she worked in a sort of for her brother, but then he couldn't pay her because of lockdown, so she didn't have a job, and we were just sort of relying on my stepdad's income, and he's an electrician, so it was, he was self-employed, so it was sort of took a hit, and we ended up moving in with my mum and granddad at the start of COVID, just before lockdown. So it was sort of, we just got, shopping delivered, and my mum wouldn't be out of bed first thing in the morning like she used to be, so we'd sort of have to make our own breakfast, especially when it was online learning. And then we sort of skipped dinner because we were in lesson, and then we'd have dinner and we'd make our own dinner just so that we weren't making a lot of food that would go to waste because of how we had to rely on having shopping delivered. So if we ate it all before the next delivery, it was so a much smaller portion sizes and didn't eat as much.
Did you fall out of the routine of breakfast, lunch and dinner then?
Definitely, yeah.
100%, yeah.
Well, I think most people woke up late, like I did, because you're not going to school, you're not going anywhere, you don't really have a bedtime, you don't go to sleep. So breakfast, lunch and dinner wasn't breakfast, lunch and dinner anymore.
Yeah, so, sometimes we didn't even have breakfast because it was, we just didn't wake up in time. We'd have to, I mean, you didn't have to wake up an hour before school started anymore. You could just wake up and join your class and that was it. So you didn't sort of need the time to go and get breakfast. So a lot of us didn't. So then, yeah, we'd probably only have 1.5 meals a day maybe.
So did you eat less or more often?
I eat a lot less often.
Less.
I think less at the beginning.
I ate less often, but it was, I guess, more scheduled.
Yeah.
So before lockdown, I just used to eat whenever I was hungry, but then there was no schedule to that. But during lockdown, there was a schedule. I'd wake up at 6, eat at 7, that'd be it.
Do you think money affected the way you ate in lockdown?
No, it wasn't really to do with money. It was more like being out of a routine and then getting in my own head a bit.
Not really. I don't think so. But I think the shopping definitely changed because obviously you had to queue at the beginning and it was much different.
At the beginning, yes, because we started ordering a lot more takeaways because I just wasn't in the mood to cook.
Yeah, so you just didn't cook. Did you cook after or did you just stay like that throughout?
We cooked afterwards once I had COVID because
Yeah.
a little bit better.
Yeah, so like I said, how my family are very traditional, but we're also very close. So we used to go out a lot and have family meals. Like since lockdowns ended now, it was like a light bulb moment because we go out all the time to see family members because of how big my family is. So during lockdown, we obviously couldn't see anyone. So we sort of had to cook at home a lot more, which was something we weren't really used to. So yeah, no, it was. Yeah, it was quite difficult in that sense, but obviously that helped us save money so that we could afford to, constantly have food in the house, which was nice. And then obviously living with my grandparents, who were quite a bit better well off than we were, obviously they could contribute to it in return for meals. So if they said, oh, we'll buy the shopping this week, as long as we can have dinner with you every week. So yeah, it sort of taught us all how to cook at home a lot more. Like I cook a lot more than I used to. I never really went in the kitchen before. I just sort of left it to my mum. But no, now I think it made us more independent in that sense because we were all making our own food and our own meals. So
I think so, yes, because my dad is self-employed and he's a plumber as well, so it's very, one-to-one work, especially you're in a house as well. So my dad was, I guess, laid off for the entirety of lockdown. He didn't go to work. And then my mum, she works in the criminal justice system, so she could only go in when there was a quote-unquote serious trial going on. So, it was pretty hard, but yeah, I do definitely think money affected it.
Overall, do you think you ate healthier or worse during lockdown?
Way worse.
Way worse, how come?
I just wasn't eating, and when I was eating, it'd be like potatoes or like just something small which didn't have much nutrition to it. I'd eat at home, but I'd make like frozen stuff out the freezer. For example, I'd get frozen mash, or I'd go to my nana's basically every day.
Definitely less healthier because we weren't really looking for like solid meals to eat. We were just looking about what we have in the fridge so we don't have to go out, because obviously COVID was a really serious thing and we didn't want to catch it because my nan was very high up in the high risk category, so we were just like, we'd rather stay at home, eat what we have and only go out when necessary.
I'd say over time healthier because then I started eating less chocolate, I had more fruit. I didn't drink Coke. I haven't drunk any Coke for a long time. So I'd say healthier.
At the beginning, unhealthy. At the end, healthy.
I think healthier because we didn't get as many, takeaways. We didn't go out for fast food as much. And my mum is one for like diet fads. So like every other week she'd have some sort of, big thing and she'd make us all do it. And lockdown sort of showed how picky me and my siblings are when we eat. And we did this thing where we had a bowl and we had to fill it with meal suggestions, and everyone in the family put in 3, and then every night we'd pick one out and we'd make that meal. So when it was my mum's or my stepdad's turn, they'd do meals that we didn't really like, but they were really, really healthy. So it definitely did that, and obviously we didn't snack as much because we didn't want to spend the money that we had on crisps and chocolate bars and stuff. So yeah, it definitely made us a lot more healthy over lockdown.
Did your negative habits stick with you?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm trying to improve them though.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. There's quite a few that have stayed.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know, you know. I think maybe as a person, I generally find it hard to do the 3 meals a day anyway.
Yeah.
So that probably, yeah, made it worse, yeah.
What negative habits were they?
I still couldn't eat very well even after lockdown. I struggled to get back into the routine. Like I still can't eat as well as I could before.
So you're not out of eating habits completely?
No.
I think telling yourself that you're not hungry was a big thing, because it was like, oh, it hasn't been long since I had that chocolate bar, so I can wait a bit longer. And then sort of eating something, you know, stupid o'clock, like 9 p.m, you're eating and you haven't eaten all day and you don't really realise it until you're eating and you're like, oh, I was hungrier than I thought. And then obviously not eating again till 9 o'clock the next day. So that was definitely a bad habit that I picked up, yeah.
I'd say probably switching from eating a lot to then being, oh my God, I can't eat because I feel sick. Stop eating for months at a time unless it was absolutely necessary, and then go back to eating whatever I want. And it's very hard because my body doesn't handle it very well.
Say you developed any positive eating habits?
No.
I'd say maybe a positive. I started to go out of my comfort zone in the foods that I would eat. So I think after lockdown, I was so excited to get back out and try new things that I'd go, instead of just sticking to like pasta, which is like my main thing that I eat, I'd try different things and I'd go out. I'd try like a steak or whatever. And, you know, I do think it helped me with the different foods that I eat to get out of my comfort zone.
It doesn't seem like it, and Poppy can back me up on it, but I am less picky with what I eat. Okay. I'm more open to trying new things. Whether I like them or not is a different story, but I am open to trying new things because of the whole dinner a week thing we did. Yeah, I think that was the only healthy one that I got.
Yeah, I started eating a bit more, like actual meals, not snacks. So now I'll have lunch and if I have time, a breakfast.
I'm saying being a vegetarian, some people think it's positive, some people think it's negative. So I would put it as positive, yes.
What motivated you to gain those positive habits?
I guess my family, because my family sort of pointed out like, yeah, there is definitely something wrong. And we're worried about you need to fix it and stuff. So I think that's what made it, you know, me able to carry on doing the positives.
TikTok.
Really?
Surprisingly TikTok.
What did you see on TikTok to motivate you?
Just like girls changing their diet, trying to live healthier whilst they could because they had the time. So I was like, I can do that.
Well, I think seeing people online a lot, like, I don't know if it was just me and you, but on lockdown, people was very going through that healthy eating, all this aesthetic, like clean girl aesthetic, everything. I just kind of saw it, and I tried to be a vegetarian like previously, and it kind of, not having anything to do, pushed me able to do it.
And are you still working on your eating now?
Yeah, I'm trying my best to try and eat more, but it's obviously kind of difficult. I go in and out of routine quite a lot.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Just trying to eat a lot more and like regularly, and trying to set the breakfast, lunch and dinner at certain times and trying to eat enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I am, very much so. Ace does help me with that though. He's very good. There's sort of times where sometimes I won't want to eat a lot, or there's sometimes where I'll eat like everything and anything I can find, and then I'll just like, it's so weird, I'll tire myself out. Yeah. So there's definitely got to be a balance, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when I stay at Poppy's family, I'm always eating a different thing every night, and I don't like a lot of the things that they make, but I still try them, which I guess is one thing going for me.
Is there anything you want to change?
Yeah, I'd like to put on more weight again because I've obviously lost quite a lot.
Do you think going to your nana's is like helping you do that now again?
Yeah, I'm definitely eating like a lot better because she makes me a full dinner, and then if I want anything else, she makes it, and then yeah.
Just like more fruit and try and eat salad. I don't eat a lot of salad.
Just trying to, like I said, regulate my eating, and trying to make it set times and not too late, not too early and everything, yeah.
Yeah, I want to not be as picky because it is quite irritating when I'm like thinking about what I can eat for dinner and it's like, oh, you can have like pasta or you can have chicken nuggets and chips, and that is pretty much it. Or like I have pizza like 4 days a week because there's nothing else I like. So yeah, no, like we've been going out to like different restaurants and different fast food places to try new things, and we've actually got a lot of places that we actually really like and we go to quite often now.
I want to get into a definitely more healthy way of eating, because most of the time since I'm at college, I don't really bring food into college. I just kind of go out and have like Taco Bell, McDonald's, whatever, like anything that's available. And that's almost every day, and it's really bad. So I want to try and, you know, be a bit more healthy with the things that I'm eating, even if it's just going to Tesco's and getting like a punnet of fruit or some salad, whatever it is. Just want to stop putting all that in my body.
Did post-lockdown make you determined to change, and why?
Kind of, because I kind of like put it back into reality, because I'd obviously realised I'd lost a lot of weight, and that's not really how I wanted to look. And then going out, I realised like, yeah, I just wasn't comfortable with it at all, so I wanted to eat more to improve myself.
I want to be healthier, because it's I think the things with, I don't want to say eating disorders, but having unhealthy eating habits is, it's not as if you don't realise it yourself. Like, you know that it's unhealthy and you know you need to do something about it. It's just getting that right mindset. So I think the motivation that I have is knowing that I need to change, which does help me too. Because I don't want to, you know, only eat one meal a day, and I don't want to only eat the same meal every week. So yeah, I'd say just wanting to be healthier.
The change in my body, to be honest. I was a lot more chunky, and now I'm a lot more slimmer. So that would probably
So that
be
makes
it.
you feel better about yourself
Yeah.
now?